Everyone who's adopted has their own story and has their own feelings. But for me, I'm honestly an open book. It's just very, very interesting because I literally would have died if I stayed and not have gotten adopted. And now I almost got sold for slavery / human trafficking. They didn't want me. They gave me up. They literally left me out at a police station to die. I feel like my adoption in general is just like, or just myself as a human, is just like a very interesting story. Hi guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm really excited because I get to be here with my mom, my best friend, my everything, and she's doing a video with me. And it was really hard to get her to do a video with me, so thank you, Mommy.
You're welcome. It's a once-in-a-lifetime shot.
Okay, so in this video, it's going to be all about my adoption story. So if you guys did not know, I am adopted. I'm adopted from China. That's why I have a white last name. That's why my last name is Dauscher. And I just thought I'd have my mom tell the story because obviously she would know best more than me, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So let's get started. So Mom.
Yes.
Let's start with why you want, well, I guess we could start with why you wanted to adopt.
My husband at the time and I were on a safari in Kenya, and we saw all these children who were like totally third world. And I thought, what a great idea that if you could adopt a child, they had a chance to grow up in the United States, where we have all of the education, everything available to children. I bought a book on how to adopt in America within a year. So I read through it, and the first step was to go to a lawyer. So we called it the adoption lawyer who was in our local area, made an appointment with him and talked with him for a few hours on different ways to adopt. We knew also in China that at that point there were drugs and alcohol were not available to the people, and they could only keep one baby, so the baby girls were up for adoption, a lot of them, and that's what I really wanted, was an infant baby girl. So the adoption process is really very involved. You have to have home studies done. They have to visit with all the children from previous marriages, and my husband at that point had 5 adult children in their 30s who had to be interviewed and who were not really actively happy that we were going to adopt a child. They were rather insulted. So they, of course, did not give rave reviews about their father. And make a long story short, we got through that. And then you have to also, at that point, if you're doing a foreign adoption, you have to go through INS, fill out a bunch of forms. You have to get background checks for any place you've ever lived with the police department to make sure you don't have a criminal history. And you have to do fingerprinting. And it's just a really very involved process to get approved. I had put down there on my paper that I wanted a beautiful, smart Chinese baby and healthy. Well, when the placement came back, they gave us the assignment was a 4-year-old boy. And I said I really didn't want a 4-year-old boy. I wanted a baby girl. So then they switched it to a 3-year-old girl, and we had the weekend to decide. So I said to Dale, I says, yeah, the 3-year-old girl is fine. That's what we were going to begin with. So on Monday, when we called them and said that would be fine, they said they had switched it to an 8-month-old baby girl over the weekend. And I says, well, this is getting better. And then when the final assignment came through, it was a 10-month-old baby girl, my Amanda. And then we had to wait for the holidays or whatever they do in China before we could get a visa to fly over to pick Amanda up. And in the meantime, you have a facilitator who's over in China, and she checks the babies out at the orphanages. And at that point, she told me she didn't want us to take Amanda because she was sick. And I says, well, what's wrong with her? And I says, do her arms and legs move? And she says, yeah, but she's a lazy baby. She's what they call a lazy baby. And I said, well, yeah. I said, she's so pretty. I really want her. So that's fine. And the facilitator kept trying to change it. But it ended up where we finally flew over to China, and we got Amanda, and then we came home with her. And it turned out she was 10 months old and weighed 20 pounds, but she was like a 3-month-old infant. She couldn't roll over or anything. So once we took her to the pediatrician, it turned out she had absolutely no iron in her system. So the muscles were not developing. And that's what was wrong with the baby.
And then I had like worms.
And she also had parasites, intestinal. So after, I would say, 2 to 3 months of American medicine, she was up and going. And she's been active ever since.
What I really find really fascinating about that, which I'm very, very grateful for, is that literally if I was not adopted by my mom, I'd literally be dead. Like, I wouldn't even be here. So I'm very, very lucky to have gotten out of China and be one of those ones who got to have, like, a chance at, like, the American dream.
Well, as it all turned out, Amanda was, like, 14 months old when the facilitator came from China over to visit with us to see how Amanda was doing. And she couldn't believe it was the same baby. Because like Amanda just said, the children who had issues like this, they had a special orphanage in China where the babies went, and then they just died there. So
So sad. That's where
very
I was.
sad. And that's where Amanda was heading instead of home with us.
And like if you weren't like really, really persistent about actually getting me too, because they're like, no, I literally would have been dead. I literally would not be here. And I always find it very crazy that I literally would not be alive. Like I would have no chance at survival. Like I wouldn't even be alive over there.
Well, the facilitator, she also asked me, what did you do to this baby that she's okay? And I says, all it took was a $12 bottle of iron medicine from Giant. And that's all the baby needed. Because there was another baby at the same orphanage with the same issue. So, yeah.
I'm very, very lucky.
Yes. At that time in China, when the people could only keep one baby, and they always kept a boy because in their tradition, the boy takes care of the family as they age, but the girls get married off. And anyways, they had found Amanda at the curb by the local police station. So the police then take the children over to the orphanage.
What part of China am I from?
Oh, she's from Hunan province, which is
the mountains. I'm from Kunming in the Hunan district.
No, province.
I'm from Kunming in the Hunan.
She's from Kunming. Kunming is a city, and it's in the Hunan province.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. I had a Chinese name. So my Chinese name, which I'm obviously butchering and is not actually how you say it, but from what we all know, is Duan Ren, right?
Yeah.
But we all know that it's probably very butchered.
Well, Pan Duan Ren.
Pan Duan
was
Ren.
the district that they found her in. And then the orphanage named her Duan Ren.
Is that how you got my middle name?
So that's how I came with Amanda Dawn.
So,
I like the name Amanda, and then Duan and Dawn are pretty similar in spelling.
So that's why my name's Amanda Dawn Dauscher, because my Chinese name is Pan Duan Ren.
I believe it was like 13 tribes in Hunan area, and she was a tribal baby. So.
I get a lot of questions of what my race is, and from what all I know is that I'm Chinese, but I get a lot of the times that I look Filipino.
Yeah.
Which I guess I could see. And like for Chinese people, I'm obviously dark because I've gotten sun. So that's why a lot of people also think I'm Filipino. So I always thought that was really interesting. But I'm from the mountains in China, so who knows?
When we were adopting in the 90s, the agency we dealt with had foreign adoptions for like 12 or 13 different foreign countries you could adopt at. And the thing is, each country has certain requirements for the parents to be age-wise or health-wise or all these small issues. And with the Russian adoptions at that point, you had to take all the children that were in the family if you wanted the infant. And I really didn't want 3 or 4 children at one time. It would have been really overwhelming.
So China was the answer.
China was the answer, because China was taking older couples at that time. And then after we adopted our second child, they lowered the age for adopting children by 10 years. So we never would have been able to adopt from China after we did. So
what's also interesting about adopting, especially in China or any other countries, is that their rules, as you can tell, they change all the time.
Constantly,
So
every 6 months.
Yeah, so you kind of gotta hit it at the right time. Like, as you said, like, even now, my mom would never be able to adopt. I don't even think I can adopt now.
No, because now they're not giving the children out to foreign countries like they were at that point, and the children are older and have really very bad health issues. A lot of them have bad hearts, need surgery, and
Sadly.
really a lot more difficult, I would say, to adopt.
Yeah, so like even if I wanted to adopt now, like there's so many rules like now, and like I can't even like try if I even wanted to, but it's just very interesting how the rules have always changed. Oh, also what I really wanted to hit on real fast is that what's also very interesting is that I'm adopted in China, but then I'm also adopted in America.
Right.
And because I remember not too long ago, but there's like a story where some of the kids weren't adopted in China, and in America, and they had to be sent back.
China could never get her back.
Because they keep changing their
They
rules.
keep changing the rules.
So I'm glad you did it right.
Yeah. So we have everything we need. She has all the paperwork she needs. So when we left the orphanage, they took a picture of the baby, and there was Amanda waving goodbye.
I'm known to be a waver.
Yes.
Even in like a general.
Even at 10 months, she was waving. So.
Like literally, if you ever see me, like if you literally anywhere in public, I literally like wave to everyone, like stranger, not stranger.
Stranger danger is not applying to you.
Literally. Hi. So if you guys didn't also know, my sister is also adopted too. We are not like blood related or anything, but we're also both adopted from China, and I thought my mom could talk a little bit about why she wanted like another kid too.
Well, as Amanda got to be 2.5, she was just clung to me all the time. Everywhere I turned, she was like one of those little. She just clung to me. She wouldn't let go of me. And I thought, oh, this poor child is going to be really having a hard time. She doesn't have a sibling.
Really lonely.
So, anyways, we decided to adopt another child from China, and we went through the whole process. But being the second time around, we knew what had to be done and when. So, getting the paperwork together didn't take as long. So, within a year, we had been assigned Kimberly, who is, at that point, she was 18 months old. And at that point, China had changed its rules on adopting, and if you already had a child, you had to take a second child, which would have a disability. So anyways, we get assigned Kimberly, and we fly over to China, and we took Amanda with us, so Kim would meet her sister. So we arrived at the hotel, and then the next morning we went down to get Kimberly, the second child, and there were, I believe, like 8 other couples there from America, all adopting, and so they brought the babies in with their nurses, and then they pointed out to each one of us which was our baby. So I went over and to get Kimberly, and once again you have to bring all the clothes, go through the whole process. And so Kim started crying when she saw me, and the nurse calmed her down, and then we changed her clothes, and I picked her up, and then she gave me a great big hug, because I guess the nurse told her, this is your new mommy. So there she was clinging around my neck, and we walked back to this big round table where all the officials from China were there. And so I had Kim sitting in my lap, and I brought little crayons, so she was coloring on a piece of paper, and Amanda was standing next to me watching her and helping her color, and the officials were just staring at us. So the facilitator came over, and she said, they don't think you should have Kimberly because she was the better baby out of all 8 of them. And I said, but we
already met.
I says, I know they can't change the assignment because I knew they couldn't be once it was through Beijing. And she says, well, you were supposed to take a baby that had physical disability. And I said, well, you showed this on her papers because they always send you a health report before you get the baby. And Kimberly's had a problem with her hip, but it had been fixed. And I said to the facilitator, I says, really, Amanda was a special needs baby also, and so the facilitator talked with the officials and pointed out that both children were special needs babies. But they kept staring at us and they just didn't want us to take us. The one morning, the hotel we stayed at was beautiful, and they had breakfast in the morning for everyone. So we walked down with Amanda and Kimberly and then myself and my husband, and we're sitting at the big table with a couple other people. And we were eating our breakfast, and Amanda said she wanted another egg, and I said, well, go, okay, because it was a huge buffet was right there by us. So she goes walking over to get the buffet, and I'm got Kimberly sitting on my lap with my back to her, but Dale, her father, was looking at her, and this man comes running out from the kitchen, grabs her and starts dragging her into the kitchen, and the waitresses saw the man grabbing her, and they were screaming at him, and Dale got up and ran over and grabbed Amanda and brought her back. This exciting day thing, we came back, we ended up coming back home, and probably about 6 to 8 months later, we were at one of these Chinese festivals that they always held in the area, because so many people in the DC area have adopted Chinese children. Anyways, we were at a festival, and they had free magazines for everyone from China. So I picked one up, and lo and behold, on it was a whole story about how the children and young adult girls were being kidnapped and sold into slave labor in China and Hefei, exactly where we were. So we knew that this man was trying to kidnap Amanda and sell her.
So again, I am very, very grateful to be in America. So it's just very, very interesting because I literally would have died if I stayed and not have gotten adopted, and now I almost got sold for slavery / human trafficking just trying to go get a little egg. My adoption in general is just like, or just myself as a human, is just like a very interesting story / kind of unfortunate that I literally almost got like sold to slavery and human trafficking.
After the incident of Amanda getting kidnapped, we had taken her and Kimberly were out kind of walking outside for a little bit, told by the facilitator to take Amanda out of this area because it was so germy. And I stood outside in the front with her, and all the Asian people, probably about 10 to 15 people, came around, women, and they were patting her head like this. And I looked at her, and she didn't say anything, so I kind of picked her up because I had no idea what they're going to do. So after that, we kind of stayed in our hotel room.
It is pretty rare, I guess, to see a white woman with Asian kids, which has always been a fact for us as a family in general. Like, whenever we go anywhere, people would stare.
Yeah.
Which is always, weird.
To this day, they do.
Yeah, they still do that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go over some questions I get all the time about being adopted myself and, how I feel about it and everything. And honestly, this is just my personal story because obviously everyone who's adopted has their own story and has their own feelings. But for me, I'm honestly an open book. I could really care less that I'm adopted. I feel like also we never really ever, not that I remember, had a talk being you're adopted. It's just literally just been I've always just known. And honestly, being adopted doesn't make a difference to me being who's my family or whatever. This woman's literally been my family and everything. Blood literally means nothing. It's literally who you grow up with and who actually loves you and stuff and takes care of you. And a lot of people ask me if I could meet my parents now, would I ever do it? Honestly, no. I don't really care. Because if you think about it, they didn't want me. They gave me up. They literally left me out at a police station to die. Why would I want to meet those people who did that to me? Honestly, the only thing I really would like to know would be medical history, because that's the only thing I would really like to know. Also, other than that, being adopted, I have a made-up birthday. I think that's the only other thing that I'm kind of not sour about, but everyone nowadays, especially in LA, is all about the Zodiac Signs and all that stuff. And my birthday is November 5th, meaning I'm a Scorpio, and I'm the furthest thing away from a Scorpio. My parents are both Aquariuses, so that's why I think my personality traits are with an Aquarius, because I hang out with you all the time. I probably just gained those Aquarius traits. I've also gotten that I may be a Virgo, but either or, I do know that I am not a Scorpio. I'm not born November 5th, but I do think they got my age right. Like, right now, I'm 24. I feel like I could be 23, 24. I feel like that's a pretty good age.
Well, what they did is once the policeman brought them over, they could kind of guess the baby's age. And they would just, you were born either on the 5th or the 25th of the month, depending on when they found you. I mean, actually, when a child is abandoned, how would you know when you were born? So,
the carbon date.
Yeah.
But yeah, they guessed November 5th, but now, like, learning about all these things, like, I know I'm not a Scorpio, and I know I'm not that, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, I really never wonder, like, ever, like, who my parents were, or, like, care who they were. Like, literally, this has been my family, like, forever, and that's all that really matters, really.
I think so, too.
But yeah, like, a lot of people always ask me, do I get offended if, like, I start talking about, like, I'm adopted, or, like, start getting into these personal things? And honestly, I really, really do not care. Like, I could care less. Like, that's only because, like, I'm so proud of, like, who I am. And I literally get to say that I got to live the American dream. Because I got adopted. I would have died. I almost got sold to slavery. I almost got into human trafficking. I've literally had all these medical problems. Growing up, I had the best childhood ever with my parents. Even after the divorce, I even had the best support. I've even had the best support system ever. Like, I've always had a caring family who has always loved me and is always behind me for whatever I wanted to do. They're always so supportive of, like, whatever I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to go to California to pursue, like, fashion. Like, that's obviously not a typical job that most people would be, like, behind. But my parents have always been there for me, and I'm so thankful. And then also financially wise, like, when you adopt, that's literally buying, like, a new car or something. Like, everything from there, they've always financially supported me, and I'm so, so grateful. Like, I got to go to college. I am so grateful for literally the life that I live, and I'm so lucky. So being adopted is probably the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I'm just so happy that I got adopted by you.
Nice, sweet little girl.
But yeah, and I got really lucky too with having a sister who's also adopted also. And funny enough, a lot of my own friends are actually adopted too. It's kind of weird how we've all kind of, like, found each other, and we all have, like, these different stories, but it's just, like, it's crazy because, like, for everyone it's different. I'm just really happy that I was adopted by you, and I'm just very, very happy and very grateful, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it all worked out for everyone.
I know. You got kids that you wanted. I actually got a life.
Exactly.
Actually going through some baby albums and some stuff I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to have a little montage just showing some cute little pictures of when I was, like, a baby. Look how cute you guys are. Here are my parents.
Oh, that's the stone forest.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Little stone forest. Little mommy.
Here's mommy.
That's so cute of you.
Forest. Yeah, that's what I used to look like 20 years ago.
I used to look like.
This is a spider.
Why did you take?
Because it was so huge and I didn't want it on me.
So you took a picture of it. So cute. I like that you matched. There I am.
And this is Amanda.
There I am with you and Dad.
Yeah.
I look so confused.
Group photo. Look at your socks.
My socks are not matching.
This is not the outfit I brought.
Look at me.
There she is.
I'm so round.
Yeah, that's Amanda at 10 months. She couldn't do anything.
Literally, that's the extent of what I could do.
So that was it. 10 months. Yeah, now she's home.
Look at you, Mommy, with me.
Yeah. There you are, home. Home at last.
I guess I've always had a confused look on my face.
This was under here, your favorite spot.
Oh, yeah.
This one is so cute.
Guys, this table is this table.
Yeah. Which one's the doll?
Oh, my God. Cake.
I love my cake.
I still kind of eat like that. That's the funny thing.
Your first birthday. Everybody gave you clothes, so I took a picture of you in the different outfits people gave you. I think that was the worst.
That is the worst one. Which one's my favorite? I actually like this one.
Mommy.
Why do I remember myself in this all the time?
Because it was your Christmas dress.
Oh, here's my first Christmas. I look so happy.
Yes. There's your toys. Lots of presents, all for Amanda. Yeah, that's what I do. Who's going to open all this stuff? Amanda's first
You have to open it all. And you wrapped it all.
It took you days.
It took me days.
This is cute. You with the bear.
I always like sitting in furniture.
Yes, I told you that. Wherever you're just like Toby.
I found my basket in my favorite hiding place.
There it is. Put it where she can find it.
I like that one.
This one? Yeah. And coloring. That's what you always like to do.
I always like to draw and color.
Yep. Go up and down.
Fall down.
You slid down. You're telling me. I showed you how to go up and down.
I guess I really like dress
Here's
up.
Santa Claus. Here's that rocking horse she liked. You were into cowboys at that point.
We actually still have this.
Yeah, I know. It's in the garage. How pretty you are. God, you're a pretty kid.
Thank you.
Look at that.
On my mermaid house. You can see me peeking out.
Did you build the blocks?
Oh, look, I'm a little cowgirl.
Yeah, you loved that.
Oh my god, I look so cute. I'm such a little cowgirl.
Oh, here you go. This is art class, Amanda. This is what you'd love to do. You should get a picture of this one. These are so cute. There, just do the whole thing. Do 1, 2, 3.
Trying to make it focus. Hello. Okay, I got it. Amanda takes pictures.
He picked up the camera, took the pictures.
The grass. Actually, that one's not too bad.
I took this one because there was a man following us. I was trying to get him. I think it was him.
He was following us. He wanted to
Through
take
the
a photo.
whole airport. Yeah. There's Kim. Remember I said that he cried?
We all look confused.
These were the whorehouses.
Why was I in there?
We were walking down the street and they wanted you to come in here. They were waving you. They wanted you to take a picture of them.
Well, I look very concerned.
I mean, get that.
Amanda
And the prostitutes.
and the prostitutes. I can't believe you let me go in there.
Well, we were standing right there. They were nice. They liked the kids.
Those poor women.
That's cute, Kim. Eating her cookie.
Is that where I got kidnapped?
No, that was at the other horse. That was in Hefe. See, somebody's always watching you.
Wait, it needs to focus. Someone's always watching. That's so creepy.
Yeah. Finally home.
You look so cute.
And then you're giving her an art lesson.
Giving an art lesson.
Get one of you guys in your bathing suits.
I actually like this little bathing
This
suit.
one's
That's
cute.
actually really cute.
Yeah.
I look cute in pink. Look, there we are, Mama. Look how cute we look. Look, we look cute here, too. But yeah, I'm just really, really happy. But yeah, that's basically about it for this adoption story. If you guys have any questions about me being adopted or any questions for my mom, make sure to leave them down below and I'll make sure to answer them. Again, I'm an open book. Like, I don't care. You can ask me anything that you want. You can even DM me on Instagram if you want to, because I reply to those right away. So make sure you follow me at Amanda Dauscher. Thank you, Mommy, for being in this video.
You're
I know that you
welcome.
didn't really like being filmed, but I really wanted to have this for the memories. And I really love you so much.
I love you just as much, so.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!
Bye.
Yay!
Yay, we did it.
I know. Thanks for doing it with me.
You're welcome. Got most of it in there.
I know. I'm excited.